y'all, so I'm gonna start a vlog. I've got two going at once, but this is the introduction to that vlog, and we're taking a break from my other vlog with my mom. She had a headache, and also she spends time with my dad on the weekends, like a lot, because he works during the week, and then on the weekends they like spend literally every second together. We'll start it back up on Monday. Sorry, my baby hairs are like really weird today. Let me tell you what this vlog is gonna be about. You can tell in the title, but I'm going to be reading all of the new releases that are thrillers. Not all of them, but the ones that I'm the most excited about. Just new releases that have come out in the summer of 2021. And I'm gonna tell you what I think of them, if I would recommend them, all that good stuff. So, and I need to do it all before school starts back in a little over 2 weeks, because then once school starts back, I haven't been reading much at all, period, whether I'm in school or not. I've been reading a lot of smut on my Kindles. I literally have probably read over 100 books worth of smut this year, but not physical books. Those count, those totally count, but I just never know if like y'all want to hear about those on here, because like it's literally just smutty books. And yeah, so, and I read them because I'm sick a lot, and you don't really have to use you have to use your brain to read them, but you don't really have to like think about it too much. It's not like a fantasy or world building or like mysteries or thrillers where you really have to think about what you're reading and really like remember what you're reading. Like smut books are pretty much all the same. They're great, I love them, but I mean, it's smut, you know? So I'm not saying those books aren't valuable, but you know, it's kind of like just all the same themes and have a lot of insta love, and that's kind of it, because I read a lot of novellas. So let me show you what books I have here. I have pants on, by the way. I know it doesn't look like I do, but I have shorts. Okay, so this is editing Lindsay. Now, I had a different format in mind when I made this introduction to this vlog that night. I was going to read all of the books that I had in my stack and just put it all in one really big vlog, but I decided to just divide it up into series so that way I could give you guys videos in case like I wasn't able to read all of those books in like a reasonable time frame to where I could get the video up in like 2 weeks. I just decided to make it a little series so that way you'll get a new video every now and then, and you won't have to wait for this really big long one that could possibly take a month to film and put up. So I'm just gonna divide it into series, into like a little series, and do like little episodes. So I'm gonna edit through, I talk about each synopsis, and I'm just going to solely talk about the book that I read in this vlog. And so I'm gonna skip through all the other ones and edit that out, and then talk about the book that I'm gonna read in this vlog. So if it seems a little confusing, that's why, because I changed the format to not. And I talk about that a little bit, but yeah, I hope I'm making sense. Probably not though. So, bye. It's For Your Own Good by Samantha Downey. I love Samantha Downey's writing. I read, what is it called? The Wife Murder. Oh my God, it's the one with the redheaded lady with the knife. I'll put it right here, what it's called, because I can't remember, but that was the creepiest, weirdest book I've ever seen. It's about a married couple who literally kills people. Like, it was so good. Like, you know who the murderer is, but the writing is still so good and you still really want to know what happens. So, but this says, a bold, sneaky thriller set at a prestigious private school, complete with interfering parents, overeager teenagers, and one teacher who just wants to teach them all a lesson. So Teddy Crutcher has won Teacher of the Year at the prestigious Belmont Academy, home to the best and brightest. He says his wife couldn't be more proud, though no one has seen her in a while. Teddy really can't be bothered with a few mysterious deaths on campus that are looking more and more like murder, or the student digging a little too deep into Teddy's personal life. His main focus is pushing these kids to their full academic potential. All he wants for his colleagues and endlessly meddlesome parents is to stay out of his way. If not, well, they'll get what they deserve. It's really too bad that sometimes excellence can come at such a high cost. Okay, I'm hoping that it's kind of like her other one where we know who the killer is and we get to like follow the killer or like one of the killers. It is so fun to do that. Like, I really like that type of book. I might read this one first. That one sounds so amazing. So, but I think I'm gonna read this one first, For Your Own Good. Hi.
Hello.
Here. So I think I'm gonna read this one first because it sounds the most interesting to me. And then, yeah, so we're gonna read her first. And I'll tell you all about it, and I'll vlog while I read it. But that's what we're gonna do. I'm not doing it right now. Right now I'm actually gonna watch Captain America with my brother. What's next after this one?
No, Avengers.
Avengers is after this one?
Yeah, the Avengers after this one.
Yay!
Yeah. Where all the superheroes come together: Iron Man, Hulk, Captain America, Thor, and Black Widow and Hawkeye.
We might watch that one tonight too.
Yeah. Now that's a good.
I love the first Avengers.
I think Infinity War and Endgame is better, but I still love the first Avengers.
I've watched the first scene with Black Widow just all the time. I'm gonna get off here now, watch the movie, and I will update y'all on what I think of For Your Own Good later tonight. So bye. Hello everybody. I'm eating Sonic because I wanted it, and I got chili cheese fries. This is not going to be a mukbang, but yeah, I got that.
About 24 damn hours.
So I'm reading this at the moment. It's really good.
What is it?
It's called For Your Own Good.
Yeah.
That's Samantha Downing, and I'll get into it here in a second, but it's basically...
Are you recording?
Yes.
Okay,
it's basically about a professor who sabotages his students that he feels are spoiled and arrogant, and he basically gives them like grades that aren't really like, he gave this one student a B and he's never made a B, and he's like trying to get into this Ivy League school. Dog just licks my shit, like licks my fucking wrapper of my food. Like he ate paper yesterday from a blueberry muffin wrapper. Like that was pretty bad.
Bring me a blueberry muffin.
And this is a dip dog. I just eat the breading though. Don't judge me. I just don't like the hot dog. Basically, he thinks he's got all these students. Jack! He thinks he's got these students' lives figured out. And he doesn't. He doesn't know anything about them. Like this kid that he's picking on, that he thinks he's doing something for the greater good by teaching the arrogant kid like what to do or whatever, and he's actually not a bad kid, and his parents are jackasses, and he thinks that he's asking his parents for help to change his grade or whatever, and he actually didn't want his parents to talk to the teacher. But this teacher's annoying, he's arrogant as fuck, and you follow him, some students, some parents, and some other teachers there. It's just basically this private high school that they go to, and they're all rich. And this teacher is poor, grew up poor, didn't have the best education, and I think he just takes it out on them because he's jealous. And I'm dunking this in mustard, by the way. This is weird, I know that, but I've eaten these this way since I was a child. I don't know another way. I don't like it the other way.
Do that at the next, did you?
I used to eat them like that because I like the hot dog, but every other place I don't. I'm gonna get off here because my dog is barking and being annoying. I'm doing every 50 pages, I'll do an update because I want to finish this book tonight because it's really good and it's really interesting, and Samantha Downing has a way of really making it fast-paced. My Lovely Wife is one of my favorite books that I've ever read. I read that really fast, so, and her books are so interesting and weird. Oh my good God. I'll update y'all later. My dog's driving crazy. Bye. Okay, this is my third time filming this because I keep giving spoilers, so I'm going to try really hard not to. Sorry if I seem irrationally angry right now, but I'm getting frustrated with myself because I keep spoiling this amazing book that I really want to talk about, but I can't spoil it. So I'll have to do a spoilery review of this book later on, but this vlog is not spoilery, so I can't do that. I'm 100 pages in, and it's just really good, and I don't know what else to say besides that. It's really good. Now, this does say this in the synopsis. People die in this book. It says that. Someone has died. Took 100 pages to get to that part where somebody dies, but somebody's died. And basically, you don't love any of the characters. I do like the kids. I think the kids are good kids for the most part. Kids also, like, I'm not going to sit here and hate on a kid. Like, unless, like, they're really evil, I'm not going to hate on a kid like that, even though they're fictional. But, you know, kids are products of their parents' environment, and, you know, eventually you can't blame your parents anymore for certain things. Like, you can't just not take accountability of your actions as an adult. But right now, these people are still children, and they are definitely having to do everything their parents say, or else their life is hell, and they really don't have another choice. So the kids are fine to me, but the adults are absolute gutter trash, and honestly, they all piss me off. But Like, it's so weird. Like, one of these adults, or maybe it is the kids, maybe it's the kids, is definitely responsible for these deaths. Well, there's only been one death so far, but I know there's going to be more. Somebody's responsible for this. And to me, it could be any of the adults. It could be any of them, because they're all so annoying, and they're all very like holier than thou, and they all think they're like the shit. They think they're just the best thing in the world. Like, they just walk around like they're just like this god complex. All of them do. Super annoying. And they think they can like control other people's lives and manipulate it to how they feel it should play out, and it's really weird. But it could also be the kids, because these kids are under so much pressure that I can so see one of them cracking and trying to harm one of the adults that are pressuring them. Like, I could so see it happening. So really, you'd have no idea who's doing it. But basically, this book, you're reading from the perspective of all of these different people. Like, you mainly follow Teddy, the professor that is crazy as hell and like tries to teach people lessons by doing really messed up things to his students, to his colleagues. Like, he does some really, really screwy shit. But he's definitely probably the most messed up person here, like in this book. But he's very interesting. But we don't know if he's the one doing all of this. Like, he could definitely be one of them, but we don't know, because there's so many other options that it could be. Honestly, at this point, it might be a combination of things that's killing these people, because it's me again, and I'm sorry, I have to say something. I'm not sure why my eyes look like I snorted a bowl of cocaine. I don't know why they look like that. I swear to God, I have no idea. I did have like one of those pre-workouts that day, because I started working out again, and because I work out all the time, but I had a surgery, so I couldn't work out for a little while. And I work out and do like the Chloe Ting workouts and stuff, and I do the workout programs, and the only thing I can think of is I had a pre-workout that day. But everything else, like, I don't know why my eyes look like that. They look crazy. I look like I just, like, did lines of coke with fucking Jordan Belmont, or Belford. Belmont, the fuck? Belmont is the school's name, and for your own good. But it looks like I literally was like, hey, Jordan Belfort from Wolf of Wall Street, let's do a line of coke. Or, like, not a line. Like, it looks like I did a whole damn bowl of cocaine and just stuck my head in there. Like, I've never done cocaine, but I know that it makes me fucking wild as hell. So, and I look wild. So, so sorry, but I think this book was utterly fascinating me, and I think I just got excited. I look like a crack addict. It seems like they all have a vendetta or an agenda, or like accidentally harm somebody. Like, it's so weird. But so I will update y'all when I get to 150. There's 370 pages in this book. So that's a lot. Probably I'll read it until tomorrow. Probably won't finish it tonight, even though it is so good, and the chapters are super short, so you like want to continue on and you feel like you're reading it super fast. Like, I read the first 100 pages tonight, and it's the most I've read physically in a long time, just sitting down and actually being enraptured. Like, The Wife Between Us, I'm reading that book in a separate vlog with my mom, and that book is really good, but it's like kind of like every thriller you read. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's kind of like, it's similar. This book is so different from any other thriller that I've ever read that I can't put it down. And I think it's going to get me out of my slump to where I can read other thrillers and not feel like I'm reading the same exact thing. Because The Wife Between Us, now I haven't gotten to the spoilery parts where like or not the spoilery parts, but like the twists and stuff. Because they say the twists are utterly amazing. So it's probably not going to be like every thriller, but just the beginning portion is taking a while to get into the good stuff. Like, wouldn't you agree with that?
Yeah, I agree.
So it, like this book, it took 100 pages to get into this stuff. It took 100 pages. But Samantha Downing, if you're watching this, you're not. It's okay. You are a genius, and I think you're so great. And My Lovely Wife is one of my favorite books of all time, and I really hope this is. Even if I know and guess the ending, I guessed the ending in My Lovely Wife. There were spoilery parts, even though you knew who the murderers were. There were parts where there was definitely twist, and I guessed these twists, but the execution was so good. Like Gone Girl and Sharp Objects, their execution is so flawless and so perfect that you don't even care that you guessed it. Because normally if I guess the ending, or I guess the twist, I don't like it and I lower my rating. But there's certain authors where I don't care if I know the twist or I figure it out, because the execution is just so perfect that you can't even fault them for not exactly being like super sneaky about it. I don't think that's their goal. I don't think that's their main goal when they write these books. I don't think Samantha Downing's main goal when she's writing a thriller is to trick you. I think it's to write really, really well to where you're so enraptured in everything that you don't even care if you know. I don't know if I'm making sense, but I'm gonna go and I'm gonna continue reading and I will update y'all later. Bye. Okay, so this will be a short update, but I just read another 50 pages and oh my God, so much has happened in that 50 pages. Can't even talk about it. I can't even talk about it and I'm so upset because I want to talk about it. I'm talking to my mama about it and some of the things I've guessed are correct. Some of them aren't. I've been theorizing with her even though she is not reading the book at all.
There's too many characters, I might not follow it very well.
Yeah, she doesn't like it when there's a lot of characters, and there are a lot of characters in this and a lot of different perspectives and a lot's going on, but someone else died, and it's actually so interesting. It really is fascinating, this book. Samantha Downing is a genius, and she's probably one of my favorite authors now. This is my second book by her, and I can honestly say that she is amazing, and I just love her storytelling, and I honestly am normally like ready for the book to like, not to be done necessarily, but when it comes to a thriller, I don't like them stretched out way too long, but I want to keep reading this because, and I want it to like be as long as it is. I think it's going to be the perfect length, but I can't stand, like Night Film was so long. It was too long. The Woman in the Window was way too long for a thriller, and I can't stand it when they're that long, especially when it's just like filling the pages with obscene, like mundane activities, like really nothing to write about, just to write and fill pages and just to say I wrote a 500-page thriller, and it's just like annoying. But this isn't that. It's 370 pages and I'm almost halfway through it. I've got 30 more pages until I'm halfway through, 35. And then I'll be halfway. And yeah, I'm gonna read to page 200 though, and then I'll give y'all another little update. And I don't know why I'm giving these little updates. I might just not update until I feel the need to, because honestly, there's nothing I can tell you. There's nothing I can tell you other than this book is amazing. And I hope it ends as amazingly as The Lovely Wife did, and that I continue to feel this very euphoric, happy feeling, because I haven't felt this way about a book in a really long time. So I'm really happy. And I have to go back to school in a couple weeks and watch me get out of this reading slump and then not be able to read. Okay, so I'm reading For Your Own Good by Samantha Downing, and this is seriously so good, and I'm almost done with it, and I'm going to finish it outside. Holy shit, what the fuck was that? I told you what would happen if I read outside. A evil predator would come out there. I don't even know what that was.
Look at that.
Holy that's what happens when I try to go outside. I don't know, but I'm not going outside ever again. This is what happens. You go outside and you get killed. I'm staying inside forever. Like SpongeBob, the indoors episode. No.
That was a huge ass.
Well, I'm going to be reading this in here. Never mind. That was fun. Well, don't go out in danger zone. Okay, so it's the next mat, and I am about done with the book. So as you can see, I have to that page, and I'm on this page. So I'm gonna read the last little bit of this while I eat my dinner. I'm having angel hair pasta, and I just put tomato juice on it because I just think that's good. I call it redneck spaghetti. So that's what I'm gonna eat. It's really good, and not the healthiest of choices, but I have been working out every day. But you know, the Dr. Pepper, and I need a lot of carbs to gain weight. But the Dr. Pepper, not super healthy, but I hate water, so you know, it is what it is. But I'm gonna finish this. It's amazing, and I'm gonna give you all my final review here in a second. So, bye. Say bye, Jack. Okay, so I finished the book. My hair's falling apart. Oh my God. So I finished a book. I finally finished a book, and I think I'm out of my slump, and I'm so happy. But I finished For Your Own Good. Oh my God, this book was so good, and I'm so happy. There has been so many times in the past, like, and this is why I think I'm in a slump. I've been reading thrillers, and I will really like them at first, or they'll be boring at first, and they just end up being so disappointing either way. Like, the endings are just so disappointing. Like, The Guest List, I read that book, and it was so disappointing to me. Like, a lot of people love that book, and I just don't get that because it just gravely disappointed me, because it was so predictable to me. But this book, holy shit, this book was fantastic. fantastic. And I don't want to spoil anything, but just know that this author, Samantha Downing, is one of my new favorite authors ever. My Lovely Wife was a great book, but now that I've read more than one book by her, I can say she's a favorite and not a fluke. You know what I mean? So I love her writing style. And she's an author who, when you go into it, just know that there are some twists in the book, but you mainly know who's doing what. You do know who's doing what, pretty much. But there are still some extra surprises that she puts in there, but that's kind of part of her writing style, I think. You know who's doing what, and that's the most interesting part to me, is in the mind of the person who's doing all these terrible things. And it was just a brilliant book, and I loved it, and it's a 5 out of 5. I don't think I've rated a book a 5 in a while, and I finally have a 5-star book, and I'm so excited about it, and this is my favorite book I've read this year. Now I've read a ton of books on Kindle. Oh my gosh, I've read a ton of smut on Kindle, but I haven't read like physical books, and this was amazing. So, and I want to do a whole video on it where I do a spoilery review and just discuss it, because oh my god, it was so good. But if you haven't read it, read this. This is one I can definitely 10 out of 10 recommend, unless like, even if you are, I'm somebody who likes twists, and I like to not know who the killer is and stuff. Normally when I know so easily, like with the guest list, when I figure things out, I don't like it. But this, she doesn't lead you to try to figure something out and then it's just a disappointing surprise. She tells you downright pretty much who's doing everything, and then you just get to follow this person, and it's amazing. And then you find other surprises though throughout the book, and surprises that are just as good as finding out who the killer is. I'm done with this though. 5 out of 5, so good. I have 3 other books here that I'm gonna read from, and this is gonna be like a 2-part vlog, or maybe I'll just do like a vlog for each book and make this a series. But I think I'm gonna make this a series, actually. So each episode I'll read a summer thriller release this summer and tell y'all tell you what I think about it. And To Do For Your Own Good was the first one. And I'm gonna end the vlog here. And if you want to see more vlogs where I'm reading these books, here's the other books I have. I'm not gonna tell you which book I'm gonna read next because I honestly don't know. But I have Such a Quiet Place by Megan Miranda, who wrote All the Missing Girls. I've never read a Megan Miranda book. Don't Look for Me by Wendy Walker. I have read a Wendy Walker. Emma in the Knot, great book. It was a 5. And then one of my favorite thriller authors ever, Riley Sager, wrote Survive the Night. And this one I'm thinking about picking up next. So yeah, but if you want to see me read this and know what I think, just subscribe and hit the notification bell, and the video will be up soon. So I'm going to read more tonight because I'm just in the mood to read now that I've read such a fantastic book. So yeah, but that's it for this vlog, and I will see y'all in the next one.